What's up, all you mentees? This is the Uncanny Omar and
Astonishing Melanie.
We are drowning in books because today is Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day to you all, however you want to celebrate it. Today's topic is our favorite love stories and couples or just comics that have the love theme, I guess. That's our topic in collected editions. So please stay tuned.
Okay, so we're going to do the smoochy romance rating in no particular order.
Smoochy.
Yeah.
Is that like snoo?
We did just watch that yesterday.
Love that episode.
So, to begin with, this is the smallest, so we're just going to do it first.
Sure, yeah, no particular order, and this is our list, right? We'd love to know what your list would have been and what you would have included, so leave those comments down below. All right, Astonishing Melanie, sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
Maison Ecoki. Which, as a side note, this was one of the first things I wrote about for the anime magazine. Beckett Anime Magazine that used to review toys, and I wrote about manga and video games. So anyway, I love this love story. It's a slow burn, right? It's the whole series. But Rumiko Takahashi just does a fantastic job of this loser college boy falling in love with this widowed she inherited, right, basically the not a motel. Where do they live in? The apartment building.
The apartment building?
And how she falls in love back with him.
Yeah.
Cute.
It's a beautiful story. And lucky for you all, this has been out of print for a few years. And now it's coming back in a deluxe format. We don't know if it's hardcover. We just know it's oversized and 2 volumes each. So
wow. That'd be nice if it were hardcover.
If you've never read it, do yourself a favor. Next up for me is one of my favorite stories I've gone on about, and this is IDW's Transformer run. This is Phase 2, and in Phase 2, we're introduced to the concept of characters being in relationships with each other, because these are...
What a novel concept, Omar. Please do.
Easy. I've explained this before on the channel, and it's pretty much because these are just cybernetic beings. They really don't have...
They're genderless.
Yes, they're genderless, so they build relationships based on feelings and emotions, and it's wonderful. My favorite couple in here, Cyclonus and Tailgate.
And Miss Lydia would agree with you as well.
Oh yeah, we love those two, and oh man, every time something bad happens, I'm like, oh, don't do this to Cyclonus and Tailgate. But anyway, I love this run. I'm highly praised. You know, it's not just a love story, it's adventures in space. It's about good versus bad, but that they throw in a love story in there too.
Next we have Blankets, which I bought for Omar based on the cover itself. I was like, oh, that looks like something he'd like.
And she was right.
And I was right. Yes, I did twice. Twice I've done that.
Twice in our time together, you've only bought me 2 things I've enjoyed. No, that's not true.
No, I meant just look at the cover. Anyway.
This is a wonderful read.
So, this is about, what are their names?
Craig. It's an autobiography, so it's Craig.
Oh, okay, right. It's by Craig Thompson.
Yeah. And Raina.
And they fall in love at a Christian summer camp.
Yeah.
It's about long-distance relationship.
And things, you expect things, no spoilers here, but you expect certain things to work out, and things don't usually go the way that you haven't planned. It's beautiful. It's true to life.
Very emotional, very philosophical, what am I trying to say? That he kind of daydreams. That, the panels turn into daydreams.
Oh, it's beautifully drawn.
Yes, of what he's going through.
Yeah, I would have put Habibi in there too, but I think Blankets deserves a spot. For me, it's another one of these wonderful series I got to read. I think I read this one last year. And it's the story of This is the Silver Surfer omnibus by Dan Slott, available also in trade paperback. But this is the story of...
There's a whale on the back. Is that Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy reference?
There is a lot of that in here.
Oh, I want to read it.
And
He wants me to read it.
This is probably the most Doctor Who-ish story I've ever read as far as Silver Surfer. But it introduces us to the character of Dawn. And Dawn and Norad, they have a connection immediately. And
no spoilers, because I'm going to read it.
And no spoilers. They fall in love. And this book made me cry. It's beautiful. And it's wonderful. And it's not fair. But it's perfect. And if you have not read it, it's also available digitally. It's out of print right now, but, Marvel Omnibus reprints 2020, so hopefully, maybe 2021, something like that, we'll get a reprint. But
the whole time you're talking, I'm just looking at the back.
Oh, it's wonderful. Mike Allred, the guy that did Madman, draws it. And his wife, Laura, she's the colorist. A wonderful team together.
Romantic, look, even there.
Yeah.
artists and...
Oh, Louise and Walter. There's a lot of couples. And now I forgot. Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Connor. They work together. Mm-hmm.
Okay, next is Fables, Bigby and Snow. Good
choice.
The whole series builds up their relationship. I really like Bigby, right? Because he's bad and he's trying to be good, and of course, girls are a sucker for that kind of thing.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you didn't know? I married you.
That's right.
Oh.
I got it. Yes.
It's the romantic video. I can kiss you. Mwah.
Sure. Okay, you get one.
Anywho, Snow's a very strong character, so is Bigby. They are great personalities on their own. They're even better together. Yeah. That's why I really enjoyed it. They suffer loss, tragedy throughout the relationship, and it's not always happy, because it's a fable.
Well, I mean, and just like real life, right? I mean, it's not always happy. Ups and downs. Except us. Always up, right?
Yes. Wink, wink. Wait.
Nudge,
winking
nudge.
with the wrong eye.
Next up for me, two of my favorite couple that are complete badasses, and that is Apollo and Midnighter. Apollo being your Superman character and Midnighter being your Batman character. Never did I think that these two characters would be together more. Now it's just made it work. But it was done in such good taste. Like, he didn't make a big deal about it. And I love that. I think that was my very first time that I read a comic book that I'm like, these two characters are gay. And there's not that big hoorah about it.
Right, it just is.
It just is, right? Like love. Like, who cares about
like if it's
gender?
a heterosexual relationship,
it would be like that,
you
right?
don't point it out and be like, woo.
Whereas before, like in other comics, it would be a big deal because it kind of was a big deal. You didn't see a lot of that in comic books in the 80s and 90s. But yeah, this was the first time I remember thinking, oh, that's really cool. And yeah, I didn't see these two working.
When was this written?
This was late 90s, early aughts, because it was drawn by Brian Hitch. This predates their Mark Miller and him doing Ultimates. But yes, if you've not read this, it's wonderful. Ollie and Dinah, Green Arrow and Black Canary. And I don't think...
Now, I've heard you tell me about how great a couple they are, but I just really don't know that much about them.
Because it's this relationship...
I see them kissing a lot.
Yeah, they do. It's this relationship that is off again, on again, mainly because of Ollie and the shitty stuff that he does. He's a womanizer. He can't keep his hands to himself. But she's a forgiving soul, so she always runs back to him. And then finally, when he's old enough to realize, like, okay, I've done my share of running around. It's time to settle down. And I don't think anybody else captures it better than Judd Winnick. Because this is a collected editions episode, so I strongly suggest getting this. This is the Wedding album that features his run on Green Arrow and then the wedding of Green Arrow and Black Canary. And they've been off and on since since Crisis on Infinite Earths, like when the Earth got rebooted. And before that, he was messing around with her mom. But that's another story, and...
So now what I've learned about Green Arrow is he's a womanizer, but then he quits, and that Black Canary always comes back. Like, I don't know anything about their personalities. Okay.
He's like Robin Hood. He's like Batman, except he's not dark. Because it's the same kind of story. He's rich and has all these gadgets, and he's a human being with no extraordinary abilities. He's not like a super human, right?
Batman's got angst. Does he have angst?
Yeah, he's got angst.
Okay.
But not as angsty. He's more... Actually, no, he doesn't have angst. He's just a badass with a bow and arrow. He's like Robin Hood. Like a cool Robin Hood.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
Dude, you need to read.
I'm not interested.
Chuck Dixon's run on that was phenomenal. Mike Grail's run is top, like, by far, like, one of the best comics ever.
You say that a lot. Alright, my next one
Best marriage ever.
What? The next one is Kitty and... What's this guy's name? Colossus.
What's this guy's name? Colossus.
Well, I couldn't decide between his Christian God-given name and his X-Men name. Okay. They're just so cute. And I also like couples with the older men and the younger female. And
yeah. I think
they're just really cute together.
I love that you...
Look at the cover, they're cute together.
I love that you chose this, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but this is such an ironic choice for a collected edition. Mainly because the good stories aren't there yet as far as their... Because, I mean, this all started as soon as she appeared in Uncanny X-Men 129. She was crushing on him. But I think, to me, the best representation of their love is in Joss Whedon's Astonishing X-Men.
Oh, yes.
Like, that just kind of... We just showing the cover.
Because it's cute.
Yes.
They don't have a cute cover on Astonishing X-Men.
Speaking of covers, here we have my boy Nightwing.
Nope.
No, it's not a butt shot.
Nope.
It's Scott McDaniels. He didn't do much butt shots.
Okay.
But my boy Nightwing and Oracle, Barbara Gordon, when she was known as Oracle. So this pre-New 52, pre-Flashpoint, when everything got rebooted. But I just love the relationship.
Wait, so is this when she's in the wheelchair?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is after the events of The Killing Joke, where she becomes this behind-the-scenes mastermind of the Birds of Prey, and also helping the Bat family out. But it's a wonderful relationship because he wants to be with her. It's beautiful. And she doesn't think that, she's worthy of him because she's in a wheelchair. And he's like, I don't care about that. So there's a beautiful scene where he takes her, swinging like he did in the circus. He ties her legs together and he holds on to her. And it felt like she was flying again like Batgirl. Oh, it's beautifully written. This is during Chuck Dixon's run of Nightwing. Wonderful. Look, she got goosebumps. It's what I do.
Spiderman Blue.
This is tough because if you were to ask me who Spider-Man's true love was, I think I would say Gwen Stacy. I know you think probably Mary Jane, and a lot of people do.
Definitely with this book.
Definitely with this book, you could tell that.
Yeah.
Even though well, no, I can't reveal the ending.
Yeah.
But this is a beautiful love story that takes place. We've done an old reader, new reader on it.
I think I'm going to say this. Yeah, of course, Mary Jane was who I started reading, right? Mm-hmm. And your first love always has a special place in your heart.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Find that dude. Anyway.
They always had a special place in your heart, and then she died. How is anyone supposed to...
And he feels responsible for that.
Yeah, how is anyone supposed to stand up to that? Meet those standards. It's always going to be this idol in your heart. So
you're right. So that's a beautiful...
No, but that's a good point, yeah.
If you've never read it, read it. Speaking of if you've never read it, I've gone on about this series right here. This is Strangers in Paradise by Terry Moore. You don't have to get this. This is available in trade paperbacks. But... it's pretty much it is a love story. Besides, it doesn't matter. It is heavy. It doesn't matter what happens in here. The basis of this plot is the love story between Kachu and Francine. These two girls that were friends, and one feels strongly for the other, and the other one is not into it, not yet. And then when she changes her mind, the other one is taken. It's back and forth, and outside forces coming between them. Is that why
it's like this? They got four.
Yes. There's always drama.
I love Square.
Oh, I love this series. And
there's always drama.
Yeah, I can't recommend it highly enough. And yeah, Kachu and Francine deserve. This list was hard because I think of some of my favorite characters in Secret Six. I thought about Wolverine, but I'm like, man, Wolverine and Silver Fox. But you're
cheating.
But his girls don't ever have a happy ending. So
you're just putting in more when we still have more to talk about.
I'm not cheating.
Yes, you are.
Go on. This episode is sponsored by CheapGraphicNovels.com, your online home for brand new graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off the cover price. Cheap Graphic Novels prides itself on packaging your books so they arrive safely and in excellent condition, as well as prompt and helpful service. And check out their bargain bin for even greater deals up to 90% off cover price. And for you minties, Cheap Graphic Novels is running a special promotion. If you're a first-time customer, let them know you were referred by Near Mint Condition at the checkout, and you'll receive a credit for free shipping on your next order. Now, this is only for U.S. customers. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discounts, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more.
Mr. Miracle and Big Barda.
Yes, that's a good choice.
I mean, this book is amazing, but I really love the relationship of how they act normally with each other, even though not normal things are going on, and they've got a life. I'll just go ahead and say, even when things aren't going good with us, we still have the kids to take care of. You start talking about normal things, and I just really appreciate that in this.
And we've done a review on it too, but one of my favorite things about that is the 9-panel layout that Mitch Gerard. So it's written by Tom King. and Mitch Gerard does the artwork. But there's this wonderful scene where they're in the middle of this huge battle, getting their asses whooped, and they're all beat to hell, and they're literally talking about rearranging the furniture in the living room.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Like, because you're right. No matter what turmoil, there's always things to do.
Well, if it makes you happy, then let's do blah, 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 blah. So.
Right. Okay. So, my next one is this huge book right here. And it's mainly the story of Cassie and Connor. So Superboy and Wonder Girl. This Wonder Girl too, the one with the blonde hair. Not to be confused with Donna Troy. And yes, you could say that it started in Young Justice as this little cute thing, but things escalated here. That by the time you got to the annual, things happened. And then by the time you got to Infinite Crisis 6, it like really tore your heart out. It is wonderful. It's innocent, it's so cute, and it reminds you of what it's like to be in love at a young age and how, you know, you're taking on the future, doesn't matter. So I thought this needed to be on my list. So that's Cassie and Superboy, found in the pages of Jeff Johns' Teen Titans. Okay, let's do it.
Okay. Omar's so sweet to let me announce this one, even though he's the one that's waited for over 30 years.
No,
20, 25.
Since 19...
Berserk, Guts, and Kostka.
Yeah.
That, I mean, Guts is all about surviving, no matter what. I mean, he was born from a dead corpse hanging from a tree. He'd been lying there for 3 days or something like that. But he is also surviving for Kostka so he can return her sanity.
Yeah, so
he's gonna save
a little
her.
bit of spoilers here. Something happens within Volume 13, and it will be Volume 4 of the Deluxe Editions. No, I'm so sorry. Volume 5 of the Deluxe Editions that changes the character of Kostka. And literally, the next journey is how to restore her back. And I'm not going to spoil what happens, but in Volume 40, we finally get a little bit of a resolution. And man, I was like you, I got goosebumps, I got teary-eyed. I'm like
what is this happening?
Well, because I watched the anime in like 1998.
It's been so long.
It's been over 20 years I've been waiting for this moment of resolution, and finally we get a little bit of something. Next up is my boy Wally West, My Flash, and Linda. They are so wonderful together. Now, you know, Wally's kind of been thrown in the back in the shadows because Barry's back being Flash, but Wally's the Flash I grew up with. And to me, his relationship with Linda was so wonderful. There's a beautiful moment in Jeff Johns' run. I keep mentioning Jeff Johns because he is my favorite, probably, DC writer. Where he's lost, right? He is lost in time. And he comes back because of Linda, Linda's love. And he tells her, like, you know, no matter how lost I am, I will always come back to you. Like, you're like my anchor. And I was like, damn, that is some beautiful, poetic wording. Is that a thing? Wording? Maybe.
It reminds me of you.
Always come back. All right.
Let's see. Next. Saga. Marco and Elena.
Alana. Whatever. I don't know.
Santana, Satana, whatever.
Santana.
Zaytana.
Carlos Satana.
So, yeah. These two, I mean, it's one huge saga because they're so madly in love with each other. And they're gonna break all the rules and change the, flip the what are the words?
You're the English major. I don't know. Flip the bird?
There's no sun for the past 3 weeks. I can't think.
No.
Yes, they're going to flip the bird to the universe. Thank you. Yes.
Okay.
Strong couple.
It's a new age Romeo and Juliet. Okay. This was difficult. Of all the X couples, I was like Gambit of Rogue, Wolverine, Silver Fox, Mariko. I went with not even my favorite characters, but Jean Grey and Scott Summers' Cyclops. And the reason I did that was because if I thought, and you know, if I sit here and think about the span of the X-Men, the characters that have gone through hell, literally died, resurrected, clones, marrying your own clone. Anyway, or marrying the clone of the woman that you lost. It's Cyclops and Jean. And there's no better representation. I think all of you that have watched this channel for a few years know this. That during the wedding of Cyclops and Phoenix, Baby Niciasa wrote this wonderful vow. And I was able to use some of that in my own vows.
What? You did?
Yeah, I told Fabian Niciasa too when I interviewed him.
I don't remember.
Of course you wouldn't. You've never read the issue. Thank goodness.
Well, tell me.
Well, now you know. Yeah, I swiped a little bit.
Well,
not
tell
all,
me.
not
Tell
all
me
of
what it is.
Oh, I can't remember about how you're the Alpha, the Omega.
No,
oh, no, wait,
you
that's
didn't say
gone.
that. I wouldn't let you say that.
Anyway, I'll tell you later. But anyway, this...
No,
this
in
is...
the comments below, let us know if you want him to say what the lines were.
I don't remember.
I
don't remember.
Well, just say that.
Oh, I don't remember?
No, you gotta read it and then tell me. Okay, my turn.
Okay.
You're gonna find it.
Damn, how did I get
tonight?
How did I get in trouble? I'm being sweet.
Find it tonight.
My ass
Not
is
good enough.
always in trouble. All right, go ahead.
Okay, last one on the list: Spider-Man and Mary Jane. Oh, I don't really like this cover. No offense. Oh, because it's John Romita Jr. I'm just not that.
That's not John. That's Jeffrey Scott Campbell. He
well, okay, it just says
John Romita Jr. draws the hints.
Well, I'm not either.
Fake fan.
No, I said I wasn't a fan. Yeah, okay, and Mary Jane. Now, the reason we have this one, it's romantic to me because of you. I mean, Mary Jane and Peter Parker are okay. I mean, that's what I grew up reading, but I didn't feel like some big commitment to them being some great.
So you were okay with
couple to me.
one more day?
No, that's just stupid.
It's fun. It's ironic.
It doesn't matter who the couple is. That's
because
stupid.
This is the first omnibus of that run, and the second omnibus will have one more day. Stay tuned to the channel as I do an advanced overview of that, by the way, in the upcoming weeks. Go ahead.
You printed out.
That's right.
A panel, and I had it on my desk for years.
And it's a beautiful panel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Peter lying in bed next to Mary Jane, and she's asleep.
After they got back together, and he had
Yeah.
fought... no spoilers, he had fought a villain here that was introduced through these pages, and he's beaten all to hell. And go ahead.
And he says, he's having doubts. He's talking to God about, doubts about his life. But he says, but he thanks God that right now he's lying next to her.
Yeah.
Did I do it good?
Yeah, it was good. It was like...
because you can't remember the lines.
Okay, you're going to call me out? Really?
I don't know where that panel is
It was
anymore.
one panel.
I don't know where it is, but I remember the gist of it.
He said,
But I
I know
can't
you and
remember
I don't talk to you very often as he's talking to God. And he said, I know you and I don't see eye to eye. There's a lot of things we don't agree with, but for right now,
I'm gonna cry.
thank you for her. And that's it. Thank you all so much for watching.
You're not in trouble anymore.
Yes.
You made me tear up.
It's what I do. Goosebumps and tears. That sounds like a bad romantic book. Thank you all so much for watching. Let us know in the comments down below. I'm sorry. What we...
No, it's good.
Oh, okay. What we left out. Like, there's a lot. Tulip and my boy Jesse. Wolverine, Mariko, and Silver Fox. Wolverine, Cyclops, and Jean now. But there's a lot that I know that I left out. I'm going to go back to the comments and be like, oh man, how did I forget that? I was so stupid. But anyway, this was our list. Goldie and Scrooge. I'm adding. And the episode so I could stop Chun-Li and Vega. Okay, I made that one up. I made that one up. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button.
I mean, we do have the Goldie and Scrooge set drawn for me and you from
Don Rosa himself. So that was really nice. We're also on Patreon, and thank you to our existing patrons. And we're also on Redbubble, so that's a cool way to support the channel if you can do so. And let's see, you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all at NearMidCon.
I'm just trying not to cry again. Can I sign us off?
You can sign us off, baby.
If it's classy and cool, it must be Omar, my hero.
Aww.